Welcome to Chapter 9 of How Could He? I am emmaslightoverthebridge, and I wrote this book after leaving an abusive relationship to help other women see clearly, break free, and begin to heal. Each chapter stands on its own, but together they tell the story of waking up and rebuilding. Let's begin. Chapter 9: Processing the Grief and Anger. A relationship with an abuser leaves behind many kinds of loss. Years of your life that could have been filled with peace, creativity, or real love. Lost opportunities, perhaps even childbearing years. Your trust in people, in safety, in your own perceptions. The loss of the man you thought you loved, and the woman you used to be. These are real losses, and loss brings grief. Understanding the grieving process. Grief isn't reserved for death. We grieve broken dreams, lost years, and the version of ourselves that disappeared during the abuse. Grief can feel chaotic, especially when multiple losses hit all at once. The end of the relationship is just the beginning. You may find yourself grieving the life you thought you were building, the illusion of who he was, the time and energy you poured into trying to make it work. The classic stages of grief: denial, bargaining, anger, sadness, and acceptance. Don't follow a straight path. You may cycle through them over and over. Some days you'll feel multiple stages at once. That is normal. That is healing. Each wave of emotions carries part of the truth to the surface. And with time, those truths will no longer hurt the same way. They will become part of your story, but not the core of it. Working with a trauma-informed therapist can help you name your emotions, unpack them, and move through them without getting stuck. Releasing suppressed anger and resentment. In abusive relationships, anger becomes dangerous, not because of you, but because your anger threatens his control. So he punished it. He guilted you, shamed you, outraged you. Over time, you swallowed it down. You learned that expressing anger wasn't safe. But anger doesn't disappear. It ferments. It hardens into resentment. And now, as the fog lifts, those old memories start resurfacing with new understanding. You see how cruel he really was, how calculated, how unnecessary his punishments were. And with each realization, anger bubbles up again, sometimes years after the fact. Let it. You are not evil. You are not bitter. You are not crazy. You are angry because what happened to you was wrong. Scream into a pillow. Punch it if you need to. Give yourself a private space where your anger is allowed to exist. This, too, will pass. But first, it needs to rise. Forgiveness versus letting go. What's really needed? Can you forgive someone who took your trust, your body, your peace, and used it to break you? Abusers love to demand forgiveness. not because they want to make amends, but because they want you to forget, to pretend it didn't happen, to keep serving them as if they'd done nothing wrong. But that's not forgiveness. That's submission. Some say forgiveness is for you, that it means releasing resentment and reclaiming your peace. And that can be true, but it must be real. It can't be forced. It can't be rushed. And it must never require forgetting the truth. Here's the truth. You don't have to forgive him. You just have to let go of carrying him. You do this by breaking the trauma bond, releasing his voice from your mind, restoring your emotional and hormonal balance, replacing lies with truth, reclaiming your voice. And one day, without effort, you'll notice you're no longer holding the pain because it's no longer holding you. That was chapter 9 of How Could He? If this resonated with you, the full ebook is available to download, and it includes a healing journal prompt after each chapter to help you reflect, grow, and reconnect with yourself. You'll find a link in the description below. And if you'd like to keep listening, the next chapter will be up soon. Thank you so much for being here.